Okay, let us continue the session after classification. Okay, let us we continue about NS8's after classification. Let us continue the session. Okay, what is the session means? Today I want to discuss about the NS8 mechanism of action. Okay, done. Today I want to discuss mechanism of action. NS8 mechanism of action. Already know very well what is an NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Okay, that is the abbreviation. And here let us discuss the main mechanism of action of NSAIDs. What is the main mechanism of action of NSAIDs means? Mainly inhibition of the enzyme. Okay, inhibition of the enzyme. What is the enzyme involved in the inhibition of the enzyme? Means what is the enzyme involved in this? Means cyclooxygenase. What is the enzyme involved here? Cyclooxygenase. Here this cyclooxygenase is required to convert here arachidonic acid. Okay, arachidonic acid. What is the first inhibition of the enzyme? Cyclooxygenase. Nothing but we called as a COX. Nothing but we called as a COX. COX enzyme. It is an enzyme required to convert arachidonic acid. What here? The cyclooxygenase is required to convert arachidonic acid. Here arachidonic acid into thromboxanes. Thromboxanes, prostaglandins. Thromboxanes, prostaglandins and prostacyclins. I can repeat again, who are required for examination purpose, who are study. I want to explain about the study purpose of mechanism of action. Here in this simple mechanism of action, inhibition of the enzyme. What is the enzyme involved in here? Means cyclooxygenase enzyme. Nothing but we called as a COX inhibitor. Okay, this cyclooxygenase enzyme is required to convert arachidonic acid, and these arachidonic acid into thromboxanes, prostaglandins, prostacyclins. Here I want to tell the therapeutic effects of NSAIDs are attributed to the lack of the icosanoids. Icosanoids. What I am saying is here, the therapeutic effects of NSAIDs are attributed to the lack of the icosanoids. Okay, icosanoids. Here these the particular thromboxanes specifically plays a role in the platelet adhesion. What here? Thromboxanes plays a role in platelet adhesion. Adhesion and the prostaglandins. Coming to prostaglandins, causes vasodilation. Prostaglandins, what here? Causes vasodilation. Are you understand what I am saying is here? And these thromboxanes specifically play a role in platelet adhesion, and these prostaglandins, coming to these prostaglandin particularly causes vasodilation and increases the temperature here, nothing but increases the temperature set point in the hypothalamus. Okay, increases the temperature in the increases the temperature set point in the hypothalamus. Okay, hypothalamus, and play a role in the anti nociception. Okay, play a role in anti nociception. Or understand what I am saying here? And this hypothalamus play a role in the hypothalamus, and it's play a role in the nociception. Okay, I can repeat again the simple mechanism, and the inhibition of the enzyme cyclooxygenase COX. It is an enzyme. This cyclooxygenase is required to convert arachidonic acid into thromboxanes, prostaglandins, prostacyclins. Here some of the therapeutic effects of NSAIDs are attributed to the lack of these eicosanoids, and specifically these thromboxanes play a platelet adhesion here. Okay, platelet adhesion, and these prostaglandins causes vasodilation, and vasodilation increases the temperature set point in the hypothalamus, and mainly play a role anti nociception. Okay, here this is about an simple mechanism, and play a role in the nociception, anti nociception. Okay, here the cyclooxygenase COX1 and COX2. Coming to cyclo, they are the two types. Actually, they are the two types of cyclooxygenase isoenzymes. What here? Two types of cyclooxygenase isoenzymes. What are the cyclooxygenase isoenzymes means? Here nothing but COX1, COX2. COX1 and COX2. Basically, these COX1 do the regular activity. What is the activity means? These COX1 gets constituently, okay? Are you observing here? Constituently expressed in the body, okay? Constituently expressed in the body. What it expressed means, it plays a, here listen, it's a very important point, and compared to COX1, it is constituently expressed in the body. Okay, majorly it plays a role in maintaining the gastrointestinal mucosa, GI mucosa, nothing but. Okay, GI mucosa, and which mainly involved in the kidney functioning, platelet aggregation. Lining, gastrointestinal mucosa lining, and kidney functioning, platelet aggregation. Okay, platelet aggregation. Platelet aggregation. Okay, and compared to these COX2 is not constituently expressed in the body. Why? Because this COX2 is not constituently expressed in the body, means it indirectly exposes during an inflammatory response. Inflammatory response. It mainly expressed in the body, nothing but during an inflammatory response. And coming to the most of NSAIDs or non-selective. I already told the classification non-selective and selective. Non-selective and inhibit both COX-1 and COX-2. COX-1 and COX-2. What I am saying here is most of the NSAIDs are non-selective, okay, and inhibit COX-1 and COX-2. However, the COX-2 selectively here these COX-2, coming to COX-2, these COX-2 selective NSAID, okay, selective NSAIDs, COX-2 selective NSAID, however these COX-2 selective NSAIDs. I already told in the classification celecoxib. It is a drug, celecoxib, meloxicam, etoricoxib, etc., etc. In this celecoxib here the only target of this particular drug celecoxib is COX-2 is the only target. It reduces the inflammatory response. It gives the action anti-inflammatory response. Okay. Therefore, have a different side effects of a profile. The drug profile. Of a different side effects of a drug profile. Coming to select. And this celecoxib have a different side effect profile, okay, which have an anti-inflammatory response. Importantly, because COX-1 is a prime mediator. COX-1 is a prime mediator for ensuring gastric mucosal integrity. And coming to mainly important, talking about COX-2 is mainly involved in inflammation. Okay, is mainly involved in inflammation. And these COX-2 selective NSAIDs should provide anti-inflammatory response, anti-inflammatory relief. This is a very important point. And selective NSAIDs should give and should provide anti-inflammatory relief without compromising the gastric mucosa. What I am saying is without compromising gastric mucosa lining. Okay, NSAIDs or because here the NSAIDs are available as oral tablets here. What are the oral tablets means here? Ibuprofen. These ibuprofen for 200 mg tablets, these ibuprofen for 200 mg tablets are available. These tablets are available. And coming to these tablets, we have to take 1 to 2 tablets every 4 to 6 hours.